Good afternoon, all. Camelbacktrading.org coming to you this Monday afternoon, November 2nd. And we are looking at the SPY ETF's market profile here on Window Trader. So, interesting day today. I had a good day, but it was an interesting day. We gap higher, close the gap in A period, go back and forth through yesterday's range, never see the opening again, take out our overnight high, but meanwhile we don't take out the initial balance high, but take out the initial balance low. Don't get the overnight low, not even close to it. Almost got to M's range from Friday, did not. Traded all of M's range for the most part from Thursday, which we said would be a good chance once we got above the opening. I took the majority of my trades from the long side today, and I had a good day. I missed a real great short in M period after it took out L's high, but I ended up making up for it with a decent long at M's low. Kind of not surprised. We're in a 4-day balance, so the daily's in balance. The monthly is certainly in balance inside month, but the weekly is down. So let's go over my trades and then the destinations, which are far and wide again apart for tomorrow. A period. I took 3 longs in A period. 2 of the 329 calls. 1 was the 330 calls. They were scattered all over. It was when we filled the gap, but then came back above Friday's high. There was one above the opening. So I just took call plays for a couple of reasons in A period. 1, we had a gap initially. B, we had higher value even though we filled the gap. And C, we came in and out of Friday's range. So I was more than comfortable taking longs in A. Then I had 2 small losses today. 1 was in C period. We opened with single prints. I took it. Even though we didn't take out B's high, I was like, well, maybe we at least test B's high. Didn't happen, filled the single prints. I got out of it. I then got long in D with 329 calls. Didn't think we would take out A's low just yet. They didn't do it. That trade worked out. G period. Again, we were 5 wide. G pushed down, made a new low. I said, I will look to fade. A new low. As long as we don't have single prints, I will look to fade. Well, I did take the long in G, and I made money on it. But I didn't. After that, things changed a little bit. I was like, well, you know what? Yeah, we don't have single prints, but I'm not crazy how this market's acting. Especially, here's the triple Qs. They went out with a trend day, small set of single prints in D, which you can't see. They had 2 others at one point, but they eventually got filled. But it made me a little wary. So then after G period, I shorted H with 330 puts, which I made nice trades on because we started every push up got met by a wave down. So I shorted H because of that. A couple of times, which made me decent trades. And I didn't do anything in I and J. We had a poor low. J period was a good read. It came down after we made the poor low. It came down a bunch of times to H's low, but couldn't take it out. And I said to the room, that's a little nuance there. I'm like, I have a feeling if we don't take that out, we're going to finally stop the one-time framing down and fill the singles. Didn't take the long. Should have. It was good risk reward. H's low against the day's low. Didn't. I watched it pop the high, and then that would have been the long right before we popped the high, but it happened quick. So then I was looking for the afternoon rally high, which we didn't get because M took out both K and L's high. But I made money on shorts in K and L, both on the 331s. I was in a little bit of danger initially in L, but it came back nicely for me. I took decent size in at L's high, about 100 of the 331 puts, which worked out. And then in M, I was looking for us to take out L's high, but get closer to G's high and maybe value high to take the 331 put again. It didn't get high enough for my liking, and then we rolled over hard. I watched it. So instead of a short, I took the 328 calls and added on as long about 80 of them at the bottom of M's range. Didn't ride it up nearly as high as I should have, but still had a good trade. So I forgot I lost money on one other call play, but it was small. I lost money twice on call plays, but I made money on the majority of my trades today, which gave me a very, very nice day. Okay, destinations for tomorrow. Upside, we closed at 330.19. My first destination isn't until today's high. 332.26, over $2 away. Then above that, we have 330, 339, daily high, and then filling that daunting gap, 337.99, 460-point gap. Downside, we only ended 8 wide, so I'm not using it. So again, we closed at 330.19. First downside destinations, today's low, 327.24. And I kind of made a joke about that because you all know my badge number is 2724. When we got down there in J, I said, I think it was a high. I said I should buy 1,000 calls down here against that. Boy, would that have worked out. Anyway, 327.24. Today's low, it's a poor low. Then 325.03, 9 wide from Friday. And then 322.60, monthly low. So again, our downside destinations, far and wide apart. So I expect some major chop again during the day tomorrow, especially since we're in a 4-day balance. Good chance we will trade a good part of M's range tomorrow at some point. Which is, how big is M's range? Just about $2, so that would be pretty nice. And then for the charts, 1 day into the month, we gapped higher. That filled right away. Inside month again. October's high and lows are really, really key levels. Weekly, we are still one-time framing down, even though obviously we're inside last week as of now. And then the daily, here's the big one for now, because nothing can change till the daily does. 4-day balance, my friends. 339. Wednesday's high into the gap is the top of it. And last month's low of 322.60 is the bottom of our 4-day balance. Again, I expect some big things going forward. We might not get it during the day tomorrow, but between late in the afternoon tomorrow and then going forward, Wednesday through Friday, I expect some major volatility. Come join us at camelbacktrading.org. Have a great night, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.